when you wrote the book, who did you identify with? Because I identify with my dad, but you know, who did you identify with?
The answer is no one, because I'm the first female in my family that can read and write. And so my mother was illiterate, my grandmothers from both sides, and all the women that preceded them. So I didn't have a female role model in mind. And as opposed to your situation where, you know, your father was a writer, and so you were grappling with that, the identification and the de-identification, and wanting to create your own space and write in your own way. But in my case, it was a void. And not only was there no one in the family who ever did anything like this, but I also felt haunted by the city of Mashhad, the city that they came from, that had so many prohibitions. And one was that women should not be literate, and women should not have a voice, and women certainly don't sit and write books that get published. And that's coming out of my mother's generation. What's happening today is another story, but the world they came from. And so I was battling Mashhad in my head. You know, I was feeling the restrictions. I was feeling consequences, horrific consequences, like my life would be on the line. And then I'd have to sit and talk to myself and say, you live in New York City, you do not live in Mashhad. I don't know why you're feeling this. Women write. You're an educated woman, you can write a book. But those feelings were intense. They would override reality. And I really expected horrific consequences, like to be hung after I wrote this book. So that's what I was battling. And when I dig a little deeper, I think if there was any model, there was my mother.
Yeah, I agree.
She wasn't a writer, she couldn't write, but she was larger than life, highly rebellious. She lived her life breaking rules, and that was her lifestyle. And I think on some unconscious or preconscious level, I was drawing from her strength and feeling like she broke rules, I'm going to break rules. These are the rules I'm going to break, which helped me through it. And there was a compulsion. There was a compulsion to keep at it no matter what I was struggling with internally. The compulsion to defy all odds.
I just want to say that you were a trailblazer. Yeah, that's the word. A trailblazer. I mean, you just went through. You created the road. You went through it, and you fought off the ghosts, the phantoms, all the you know, the witches, the witch hunts, the witches, everything, and you kept them at bay, and you kept writing and writing and writing. And I find that very, I don't know, I feel like applauding it, because it's not an easy task. I don't know about you, but I had my ghosts were not in my family. They were all pretty supportive of what I was doing. And it wasn't the public either, and it wasn't my father, because I knew that I would never be a writer, and I will never be a writer like him, and I'm not trying to be either. It was my colleagues and my patients. That to me was the Greek chorus that I had in my head. What are they going to say? They're going to criticize me. What if my patients find out all these things about me? What am I going to tell them? I remember we spoke about that, Esther, at one of our conversations and drinking coffee. So, you know, we all have to deal with our demons, but I feel that your demons were pretty formidable.